Today we have a lot of news for Draconia, especially because the game has just announced when it's going to be released, or well, released into early access. However, today I'm going to go over everything that is new and announced for this game. The timestamps for everything are on the screen now, so if you want to go ahead and just see the release date, the timestamps are there as well. But other than that, let's get right into this video. Firstly, I do want to tell you about the dragons because we have some really cool concept art which they've shown recently since my last video, which if you haven't checked out, I definitely recommend you watching. Firstly, this one is concept art of the lindworm, but in its crazy infected crystalline concept, which to me is absolutely incredible and is marginally terrifying. The more I see stuff like this in the game's concepts, the more I believe that these are either going to be skins that you get, or they're going to be some kind of boss fights that you'll be getting as well in the game. And then maybe when you beat the boss fight, you'll get the skin from the boss, or something like that. Either way, this ties into the lore that we've seen very long before, because there is a lot of stuff where there is talks about an infected crystalline concept, or something like that, along those lines. But it does look like something that would crawl out of a cave and absolutely tear your dragon to shreds, so it's not something that you should be taking lightly. Just picture yourself in a cave that's really dark and then seeing this thing glistening in the distance, slowly slithering towards you, or maybe some of the other past concepts like this which saw other dragons like this, which if all of these come out at the same time, you are doomed. It's terrifying, but to me, it looks absolutely fantastic, and the artist who's worked on this has done a fantastic job, so hats off to them. This is probably my favourite crystalline dragon so far. Let me know which one your favourite is in the comments down below. Now, next up, we have the Karsei. Now, technically, the Karsei are dragon people, so I can include them in the dragon section. They've had some updates, which were shown in the supporters channel for the game, and it shows a huge amount of detail overall for these creatures. There's a lot of detail on the tail and the legs where you can see the scales and everything. The improvements have been made there if you were to compare it to the past ones. But then if you want to see more detail, you just look at the head. Look at the detail on the horn, the teeth, the neck, all the scales, everything, the variation there and the detail that they go into it. It's just really nice, and it shows the level of care that the devs are putting into these models, and I think they look absolutely fantastic. Let me know what your thoughts are on the Karsei and these new models in the comments down below. Now let's get into the map news, because we actually have quite a few different map stuff to showcase. The first one was actually a GIF that was showcased on Christmas, which showcases this. Basically a dragon flying through what looks like a brand new location. The location looks like an additional crystalline cave. The crystal cave looks absolutely massive. You can see that the ceiling height is very big, and there are 2 exit points up above, which means that you could probably get through by crevasses in the ground. So if you are something that is land based, be careful because you could fall through them. There is a lot of areas to fly through and routes to slither down as the lindworm as well, so it looks like it's going to be a cave that everybody can access. Perhaps this could end up being the place where some of these weird crystalline dragons or dragon diseases come from, which will be very neat. Imagine the boss fights being in here. Another additional map location that is coming to the game is respawn points. Now, here is a picture of the respawn point. It basically looks like a dragon statue with some crystals around it and kind of some like shards in it. People who have explored the map essentially will be able to spawn at their nearest respawn point rather than spawning back to where you spawn originally in the game now, at that village where you spawn at. It seems like the respawn point will basically allow someone to spawn outside of that area, and it just means that you will able to spawn in the nearby vicinity if you have died in an area. Very handy overall, and I really think they are neat additions to the game. Speaking of which, we have another new biome that I can talk about. This was teased and is a sneak peek in the supporters channel. It basically is a lone tree in between 2 cliffs or 2 rock faces. Perhaps we could be seeing some kind of valley biome like in the old map. Maybe that is returning, or maybe it's an entrance to some of the caves. Maybe it's an entrance to that big cave that I showcased earlier. Either way, very excited to see what this new new biome is overall. And one final thing for the map, we have some new torches, which are near paths. These were showcased once again in the supporters channel as well. These are crystal lights in a sense as well, which kind of ties into everything in this game being crystalline in some sense, which is pretty cool. Either way, these will be attracting your dragons and attracting moths as well. And very good at night as well, because this game gets very, very, very dark. So, the AI Rock Golem has had some updates, and considering you can actually play as the Rock Golem, this might be something that comes to the Rock Golem as well, because I don't believe the Rock Golem has any attacks. But now, it's getting a brand new ability, which should be coming to the game soon. Basically, this AI will be able to shoot projectiles at you. Now, of course, don't expect this thing to have a bazooka that's aimed and locked onto you. It's more like it's taken its inspiration from utilizing the superior siege engine, which is a trebuchet. He's basically launching the rock at you. If you've seen by this gif, it basically showcases that he is actually throwing the rock at you, and truthfully, it's a troublesome ability, especially in the hands of the Rock Golem, or the Golem, because it's able to snipe you with its ability overall, you know, utilizing that drive and the power, basically trying to take what's his, and it's quite scary. Either way, it's a very nice ability, and it's a very interesting one, because it means that your dragons will no longer be safe when trying to attack golems, because they could probably launch rocks at you from quite the distance. Now, what I've seen here from looking at the gif, I'd rather want the rock speed to be a bit more, you know, fast and a bit more like you're throwing a rock. At the moment, it is a bit slow, but other than that, that's really my only trope with it. And finally, the Dragon game's release date. Yes, Draconia has actually had some big updates on Steam, and firstly, they have a brand new Steam trailer, which I've been playing throughout this video, but the game has now changed its Steam update and has said that it is releasing in 2022. Yes, the year has come. This next year, you know, the year that starts in about 4 days. Draconia is releasing in that year, and it's even closer towards than that because it's coming in January of 2022. Yes, the Steam page says January 2022. It doesn't say a specific date, so it could be coming out on the 1st or on the 31st or the 30th. I forgot how many days are in January. Let me just quickly have a look. On the 31st. It could come out on the 31st. Either way, 1st or 31st, it's coming out somewhere in between January. That being said, do bear in mind the game is still in early access once it's released in January. It's not fully released, it's not the full game, of course, and the game will still be updating as time goes by. Think of it like The Isle or Path of Titans. They're not a full form of their game yet, they're still very much early access titles. This will be going into that same section. However, it just means the game now is ready, and finally you guys will be able to get a hold of it if you want it. Will you be getting Draconia? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. I'd love to know. Other than that, guys, I do hope you enjoyed this video. I very much hope you did. Let me know your thoughts. Are you going to be getting Draconia when it comes out? What day of the month do you think it will release? Do you think it'll be on the 1st, the 31st, or anything in between? Because, well, everything is in between then, and that's probably a safer guess. That being said, guys, if you are new and want to see more content like this, let me know in the comments down below, and subscribe to the channel to stay in the loop for everything dinosaur and Dragon game related, because I'm trying to get to 10,000 subscribers. But other than that, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next one. Have a great day. Peace.